I want to compliment Ms. Golani for having written a very, very interesting book and having gotten reflections and thoughts and commentary from some very interesting people in this book on an issue, a matter that I think all of us spend a lot of time thinking about. And that question, of course, is what do we do when we reach a certain point in our lives when the basic goals that we have established for ourselves as young people have been realized and we have to find a new purpose, a new meaning in our lives? I think it is a question that all of us confront, all of us have to struggle with it, and we ultimately have to find our own unique and particular answers to that question. Now, when Ms. Golani called me up and asked me a very probing set of questions, it really forced me to reflect on why I have made the choices that I have made, the decisions that I have made, and what were the influences, what were the values, what were the role models that mattered to me in making these choices. Those you will find in the book, along with some very interesting other reflections that other folks have made on these issues. I think it is a very interesting read to be able to see how people work through a fairly universal set of issues that we all have to deal with, and there are many lessons to be learned for all of us. What I will say personally is that I reached a certain point in my life, and I don't want to call it a midlife crisis, but certainly I do want to call it a point of reflection in my own life, where I had to make decisions on what really, really was important to me and what the appropriate purpose for the next chapter of my life should be. And as has been laid out in the book, I realized that what mattered most to me was service to my society, to my community, and to my country. And I'm very fortunate, I've been very blessed and privileged that I've been able to find, in fact, an opportunity to be able to put my wishes, my desires of service to the community and to the country into real life and make it happen. Any of those decisions, any of these choices that we make are choices that have an impact on our families as well. And if it was not for the support of my wife and my two sons to be able to follow what is, I think, in some ways a complicated and arduous path, I would never have been able to do it. So even as we work through these choices, it is very, very important to have the support of our families, to have the love and the consideration of our families in pursuing these kinds of choices. It's been certainly a very exciting and a roller coaster journey for me ever since I left professional life and decided to be of service to the country. There have been fantastic historic moments that I have been privileged to witness. There have been wonderful, wonderful initiatives that I have been able to be a part of under the guidance and leadership of the Honorable Finance Minister and the Honorable Prime Minister, like the Jan Dhan Yojana, the Mudra Yojana, the two historic budgets that I've had an opportunity to work on. And now in the Civil Aviation Ministry, again, we have an opportunity to be able to contribute to the economic growth and the well-being of our people through the continued robust growth in our national aviation market, as well as in the regional aviation market, which we have just launched through UDAN, through which every single person in this country can aspire to fly and to be able to take advantage of the connectivity and the efficiency that air services can provide. None of this, as I said earlier, would have been possible if it had not been for this great and fantastic support of my family and, of course, the extraordinary leadership and inspiration that the Honorable Prime Minister provides us. I hope you'll enjoy reading my reflections and the thoughts and reflections of some of the other very interesting people that are in this book. And I once again want to thank and congratulate Ms. Golani for a very, very interesting project and an outstanding book. Thank you very much, and very, very warm and hearty greetings for Diwali and the festive season. Thank you again. Jai Hind.